Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Astronomy Answered Simply. Today's question is, if Elon Musk was able to complete his plan of colonizing Mars, who would have control over the people who live there? So this is an interesting one that I've read a lot about in science fiction books and done a little bit of studying in terms of just legality of it. So, according to the international space treaties, nothing belongs to any nation or state in outer space. So, anyone on the moon, no particular nation can claim sovereign territory on the moon or Mars or anything beyond Earth. The reality of that is going to be different from, what the treaties say. The reality is that pretty much whoever's living there gets to be in control. A Martian colony would not be self-sufficient or self-sustaining for a very long time. We'll do our best it'll be more like an Antarctic outpost where supplies are regularly shipped over and population is very, very strictly controlled so that you have enough supplies. But eventually, like you say, Musk's plan is to colonize Mars. So I'm not sure what form that's going to take or how that's going to take shape. But I would foresee, the shipping of, or the shipping of greenhouses and farming facilities and the ability to manufacturing equipment, chemistry equipment, forging equipment, because you need to establish an industrial base on Mars. You need to be able to create, make food, shelter, water, medicines, things you need for modern society. And it's much more difficult because everything would have to either be shipped in from Earth initially, and then you have to be able to mine and manufacture out of location, the resources available on Mars. It's going to take a long time to establish that industrial base, especially because all of the energy on Mars is either going to come from solar power, wind power, or nuclear power. That's it. There's no fossil fuels. There's no oil, no methane, no natural gas, none of that. There's no trees to burn. So all the energy, and then in order to have oxygen, we have to have CO2 scrubbers or plants and greenhouses capable of scrubbing and filtering the oxygen or the CO2 to recycle it back into oxygen. So it's very, very complicated. We haven't even made a self-sufficient ecosystem on Earth. We tried it with Biosphere 2 many years ago and failed. It was a fantastic concept. Now it's a research facility, but it failed as an experiment. After about 6 months, they realized the poured concrete was still outgassing so much that it threw off all the calculations and and they had to purge it and bring fresh oxygen in to allow the humans to survive. So it was pretty interesting, and they still struggled with the ecosystems as well. So it's going to be a very long time before we can make a self-sufficient colony on Mars. But in terms of who's going to be in charge, Earth will still have control and influence, but the reality is, whoever's there, they can establish their own society and their own laws, and they can break away from Earth because, frankly, they're going to be 100 million miles away. So they will be in charge. The people living on Mars are going to be in control of their own society. They will be subject to Earth laws until they are self-sufficient. But again, that's the reality of the situation will be quite different from the theoretical. The reality will be that it's all about who's there.